That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. What's up, family? It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another episode of King Simon Presents Only Quality People, where your brother allows quality people, no drama. The drama's on Tuesday, today's consciousness in the conscious community. That's where the drama's on Tuesdays. But we had a great time with our brother Jabari Natur, one of the top promoters of our history in Baltimore. Big up to Be More all the time. Big up to all of you all around the world, all 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. And I just want to ask y'all something to do me a favor, and please like, subscribe, and share with those on a spiritual journey, because it's most important that you share with others. All right, very important, because we got a special guest coming up with us at the 9 o'clock hour on the East Coast, but 6 o'clock on her time on the West Coast. So, family, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful meeting with this beautiful sister. And big up to the people from Montgomery, Alabama. Yeah, big up to the people from Montgomery, Alabama. People that's on Instagram. Big up to all of you on Instagram right now. Also, enough respect to y'all on Instagram. Let me make sure my Instagram followers are moving and grooving. Let me check that out. Make sure the Instagram followers are moving and grooving by any and all means necessary. I do not see them moving and grooving. I wonder what's happening. Instagram. Y'all keep on playing games with me. I'm trying to utilize you, and y'all keep on playing games with me. All right, I think Instagram is moving now. Okay, good. Instagram is now moving now. Great. Let me make sure. Good. Good. Just want to make sure my Instagram people are moving now. Big up to everybody on Instagram. How y'all doing, Instagram? Big up to Spin City. Big up to One Call. Big up to Only No Go. And also big up to everybody that's tuning in on Facebook also. So thank y'all very much. Big up to Egyptian Eyes. Wow. What's up, Egyptian Eyes? How you doing? You made it. Big up to Egyptian Eyes. I will be bringing her back on one day. I hope to bring her on back day one day. Big up to Tyrone Johnson in the building. Yeah, we got new diamonds coming in in the next 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So get ready for our beautiful sister, New Diamonds. She's such a beautiful soul, and she does great work in California. Matter of fact, this is her banner. She's one of my advertisers, of course, and also she's one of my surprise guest co-hosts sometimes with different people. She actually helped me with my last interview with Queen Afua. And Queen Afua, today is Queen Afua's birthday. Big up to Queen Afua. Happy birthday. Happy born day. She is 70 something and looking fine. So big up to her. But big up to New Diamonds, and make sure you support her. Of course, tomorrow on IG, and then I will upload it to YouTube. I have Master Mo, Mahalia Bathia, will be in the building from Black Belt Magazine, 52 blocks, Thursday, August the 14th at 2:30 p.m. live on IG right here at I Am King Simon 111, and then it will be also put up on KSP TV media. So it's going to be live and direct. And don't forget, this coming Sunday, I have the one, the only Paula Herlock coming in from out of Jamaica. Conscious connection between America, Jamaica, and the global community. Man, it's going to be a powerful, powerful one. And then later on that evening, guess what? I have Lloyd Strayhorn coming in, talking about his big travel to the first time on the UK. He's going to be on the UK for the first time. So those that are in the UK across the pond, please, please, please support Brother Lloyd Strayhorn. 23rd of August, 2025. Make sure y'all go to cloudpurple.co/interconnectedness 2025. Lloyd Strayhorn making his first appearance over there. And of course, big up to my new sponsors, of course, Nicole Vanessa Spencer. She has some great products. She's an author. She's a jewelry maker. She's a stylist also, and she's an artist. So if you want her to do anything art, she does all the artsy things. If you want to coordinate a nice little thing for her in your city, call her at that number 240-416-7711. And big up to 340 Worldwide. They provide services to help grow your business. Oh, see, and they got some membership that you can, and membership get a lot of good stuff because I'm also a part of the membership also. Big up to Miss Williams and big up to Sister Peace, Chef Peace. Explore our journey towards sustainable off-grid living, cooking, and nourishment. Make sure you go to offgridnaturefoodsstore.com. Oh man, she got some great stuff, great food, and she does it all off grid. When you don't, if you want to get your stuff going on popping, you know what it is. And big up, I will be speaking at the legendary Natural Mystic Fair, Afrofuturism, AI or I and I. We're gonna deal with that Friday, February the 5th. Saturday, February the 6th, and Sunday, February why am I saying February? Because that's my birthday, around my birthday. September the 5th, September the 6th, and September the 7th. And I will be speaking on September the 7th. So make sure y'all come on out. It's called Afrofuturism, and it's going to be held at Tassili Raw over there at 1059 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard. So I'll be there live and direct. I can't wait. We're going to have a good time. And do remember, every Tuesday or every other Tuesday, I host Today's Consciousness in the Conscious Community. On the 19th, I'm trying to confirm either one or the other. I'm not going to say the names, but I'm trying to confirm some people. But on the 26th, already confirmed, we have Monsho and Inwasha. That's Monsho and Inwasha coming in live and direct. The Acoma House Initiative will be with us live and direct. So don't you miss that. It's going to be powerful. All right. Okay. So in the next minute, we're going to have our beautiful sister come up. Oh, yeah. She's one of the finest from out of Cali. Healing works for all ages is what we're going to speak about. And do remember, please, her links are all pinned to the top of the chat. Her links are pinned to the top of the chat, but these are her links right here. You can also email her at admin@newdiamonds.net. Her website is newdiamonds.net. Her Instagram, of course, is New Diamonds, of course. Make sure you hit that in a / profile card. Also, she also have a YouTube channel called New Diamonds also. And remember, if you want to spread love, all you have to do is go to $ New Diamonds 101. All right. Okay. So without any further ado, I see backstage this beautiful sister that, of course, she's one of my sponsors here on my channel because she's one of my co-hosts when I need her. And I think she's going to be co-hosting with me and Brother Phil Valentine. So we're going to make that happen. But we're going to have this sister come on right now because not only is New Diamond a handmade jeweler, crystal wire wrapping, and she does those classes also. She's an oracle reader, astrologer, birth charts, counseling, Reiki healer, sessions, and all of that. Man, let's welcome on my stage officially, I want to welcome on my stage the one, the only, beautiful and vivacious, the one, the only, Diamonds in the
Peace. Gratitude.
All right, gratitude is the right attitude.
So happy to be here.
Right
Thank
attitude.
you so much, King Simon.
How you feeling? What's up?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling radiant. I'm feeling blissful. So it's an honor to be here, and I'm so grateful to be on your platform. And thank you so much for all that you do for the community and just show vibrant, high vibes. You know, you are the backbone to this community. So I appreciate it.
One of them. You know, they got a whole lot. You know, that spine got a whole lot of components.
You know.
Big up to people say so proud of you. Big up to Salima Bay and all of them in the building. Xavier in the building. Yes, she is very gorgeous. Oh my God. You know, she gorgeous.
Thank you.
You know, I know some gorgeous women. So big up to all of them. I know some gorgeous women now. You know, I used to own 2 modeling agencies. So yeah, I used to have the Neat, Sweet, and Petite, which was tight up women, and then I had the entourage women that had various sizes and various plus sizes and all that. So I used to show love. I used to make until they got into fights with each other. I'm like, well, I'm not doing it.
Oh, oh my goodness.
That's exactly, man, because everybody wants to, be the lead, be the this. I'm
Yes.
like, you know what? Overall, they was good until they got petty, and I said, you know what? This is back in the early 2000s, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I got them in Essence magazine. I got them in different ski trips and crab festivals, modeling for different crab festivals and ski trips. I worked
Yeah.
with Tracy Holt and a few other designers, Moshood and a whole bunch of people. So I did what I had to do in the entertainment world from that perspective. Tall women, short women, all of them was all around. So it is what it is. So
All flavors, all sizes. We like them all. We don't discriminate, right?
don't discriminate, but the neat,
Yes.
sweet, and petite was definitely the slim, and the nice
Yes.
tight was, your size,
Thank
your
you.
size.
Thank you.
First and foremost, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know you're a mom and you do a lot in school, all kinds of stuff. Man, I couldn't
Yes.
believe you're a mother of two. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, this
You
girl
so
looking
funny.
like she ain't even a mother at all.
You said you got 2 kids? I said yes. You said, oh, you don't even look like it. I'm like,
Hey, that's
thank
exactly. I'm like, you got 2 kids. Lord have mercy. They got you. Get quick.
Yes.
Locked you in. But I'm so proud that those 2 beautiful boys, right? Or boy and girl?
Boy and a girl.
Oh man, you got them. You locked it down. That's it. You don't have no
Yes.
more. You don't need no more, right? You
I'm
ain't get.
good. I'm good. They keep me busy. They teach me. So I
Yes,
love it dearly.
yes. The shop locked right now. So good, good. All right.
Lockdown. Sorry. Lockdown. No more.
Well,
Shops closed.
New Diamond, it was a pleasure meeting you for the first time during the Stone Mountain event. And before we go into you, how did you feel about that Stone Mountain event? Again, because I know I've asked you before. How did you feel about that Stone Mountain event, my dear?
It was like recalibrating. It was recharging. It was enlightening.
Yeah.
It was everything, to be with a group of like minds operating out of pure love.
Yeah.
Like you said, we all have a busy schedule. We all could be doing 1,000 things. There's people with XYZ businesses going on, but we all took time out to be there, to
Right.
support one another, to come together as a collective, to come together as one, and just lift the vibration of ourselves, lift the vibration of our ancestors, lift the vibration of that grid, that mountain. It was powerful. I'm still at bliss. I'm still like, my spirit is for surely elevated. I feel like a lot of people who are there, they feel like they're elevated a whole nother level. Your
Right.
voice is still, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Your voice didn't elevate it. Can
It's
you
still
sign
there.
me?
It's still
Right.
there. I'll tell you the
Right.
truth. It's still there.
So I feel like it was just a beautiful, beautiful experience. And that was like once in a lifetime type of opportunity. Even if you tried to replicate it with the same people, it would not be the same. So it was a beautiful experience. I'm just thankful and grateful that I heard the call of my spirit to go and went. So it was amazing.
Man, again, I'm still dreaming about different things. I'm still going through a whole lot, in my mind, in my thoughts, and I've just been relaxing. To tell you the truth, I haven't been doing too many sessions, and that was a given, especially coming out of that frequency, coming into, because that happened in June, right? June
In
28th.
the June.
End of
Yes.
June. So all of July was good, and then doing the things with Queen of Fu and all that kind of stuff, and Brother Rich and them, and then coming into August. I mean, coming and doing that with Brother Rich and Dr. B and all that. So my throat, I didn't do any strenuous stuff, so my throat is still recalibrating, so to speak.
Yes.
Calibrating. It took me back to what Dr. Africa told me some years ago before he passed on. He said, "Ken, you're going to have to slow down," because he said my sessions, what I do as a numeral veda and a numeral, because he's the one that published my first numerology book. He published my first numerology book, and he said, "You're good at what you do. You come from a holistic perspective, but you could slow it down." And he said, I could charge amount of five and up, $500 and up just for my session, because he's seen how good I was with him, and as an elder like him to tell you that. who's
Yes.
been doing this and know the numbers and know astrology and do medical astrology. And if you know, look into his new textbook, he does domino assessments and using the
Wow.
dominoes and how he's doing it. He was doing it before he left. He left a body of work. And Doctor, I never forget that. And you know, I dream about him every now and then. And one time, let me tell you, I'm saying this because this is all about the healing and healing
Yes.
for the nation and healing
Yes.
for all. You know that what we're speaking about is the healing work for all ages. Dr. Africa, a lot of people don't know that he got shot at 11, shot and killed, legally dead, and so he had to relearn everything because they by the time the doctor said, according to the story from him and his wife has told the story. I think the story was like they took him to the morgue and everything. The doctor left, and when he came back, he's sitting up on the table. But he got shot in school. You understand? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
Wow.
that was powerful to hear that story, not only told by him in Harlem and then his wife, because he never really liked telling the story, but he came back with a goal to study everything. He read all of Freud's books. He studied violin, and when his friend said that's gay, he put it down and studied the piano. You know, that's what they told him. But as children, he was a child. He was a child. So he said that's gay. No, back in those days, a fag. He said that's faggot
Yeah.
stuff. But and then he said, I put that down real quick. That's what
Yeah.
Dr. Africa was. Then learned his piano proficiently on his own. Then he started playing behind different comedians and all that as one of those, comedians like Red Fox and all them used to have bands in the back. And
Yes.
that's what he used to play. He used to play with them. So, finding out all these things, I was like, because I stayed at his house numerous times. I stayed one time for almost 2 weeks to a month. And then
Wow.
I went on my journey. But I'm telling you,
Mm.
sister, when I say healing for all, when I ask for healing for all ages, is that he came out of what they was called a near-death experience, and
Mm.
then this is what he said. He said to me, he said, this is what I thought you were supposed to do. Just
Mm.
study and read and study and read and study and learn everything that he had to learn. That's why in the back of the book, he says he basically self-taught, but he got all the certificates and license just to get the cosmetics because that's what people want to see. If you
Yes.
read in back of his books, he does say that. So
Yeah.
starting with you, what age did you get the word or the message to do the healing work, so to speak?
Um, when did I start to tap into the healing work? I would say 25, so
Okay.
2015.
Okay.
Um,
Mhm.
I was always kind of health conscious, you know what I mean? Growing up, trying to look good, trying to make sure I got my weight right, I want
Mhm.
to be healthy as well. So I kind of realized that it wasn't just about the look of being healthy.
Right.
Like, I really need to watch what I'm eating, watch what I'm consuming.
Right.
And I just really kind of to start to deep dive into the whole benefits of a diet, right? Benefits of nutrition, benefits of minerals, benefits of, right? Because I was very like malnutrition, I'll say. So
Mm.
I had anemia, you know what I mean? I had other things,
Right.
but I slowly started to heal myself with the
Mm.
herbs, with the eating correct. So um I'll say around 2015, I just kind of started my journey, started being more mindful about what I was eating. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'll say what 2018, I stumbled upon Dr. Sabi on the
Mm.
internet, and oh, blew my mind. It just alkaline versus acid and mucus, and what is he talking about? Let me deep dive into this, and it changed my whole. I literally did exactly what he said. I went in my kitchen and threw everything out that wasn't of high vibration, and
Right.
okay, I'm like, this is poison, this is poison, this is poison, this is poison. So let me get rid of all of that so I could have my, take control of my health,
Right. Right.
and that was kind of like the start of it all. That was a start of everything. Looking back at it now, it's like, wow, who would have thought that I would be here now just from being more health conscious? So I would say
That's now.
2015.
That's deep because a lot of times some people might get introduced to a lot of this from their family,
Mm-hmm.
their mom, their dad, or definitely somebody in your lineage might have done something. Was there anybody like grandma, grandpa, anybody in your lineage that was on that journey at all, or that you know of? You might not know of them,
No,
but
I was laughed at. I was
really,
criticized. I was like,
really,
why are you at the barbecue and you a vegan? Like, like
that's
I
funny.
got it. I got it bad. I got it. This was right before, 2020.
Right, right.
So it was really harsh.
Wow.
I had my times where I would just that's the what it was. I was being spiritually initiated and I didn't know, you
Right,
know,
right.
because I went into isolation and I was like, you know what?
Mm,
People around me don't really understand. It's not for them to understand. You know what I
that's
mean?
deep.
I used to be, hard on myself, well, why am I like this? And maybe I'm weird or maybe I'm crazy. Am I going a little bit too far? Like they would call me a vegan warrior, vegan mobster, because I was just like, that's poison. But I was so passionate about health. You know what I mean? And I'm really grateful for how hard my family was on me because it made me so strong today. Because I'm like, I go out into the world and I'm like, people have, the internet, they get harsh, this isn't right and you're a dummy. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all know what my family, what my grandma called me. You know what? Like, you know what I mean? Like all of these things made me so much stronger and I'm so thankful and I love my family dearly for
Right,
that
right, right.
initiation into that. So that's how I look at it. No,
Man,
to answer your question, no.
no.
No one understood.
Now, now that you're in it, now because interesting enough what you just said about isolation, because you're born on the 13th, and that number 4 can be an isolated number. 31 is known. If you read my book in Numerovation for Mental Stability, even the reversal of that number has a powerful frequency of self-containment and seclusion, 31. So also 13 can be that too, because that's where y'all will go into your mind and y'all get something out of it after that. Usually y'all bring it out. That's why Queen of Four, she wasn't a writer like she told us. She wasn't really a writer,
Mm-hmm.
but she went into
Mm-hmm.
seclusion. She went into her meditation. And that's why I always tell people born connected to that four energy. You can go into seclusion, but go in it with intentions to bring something back out, you know?
Yes.
And was that the case with you, my beautiful sister?
Yeah, yeah. I had to dig deep. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just was studying. I went to study mode. I went to hermit mode, and
That's right. That's right.
it just made me stronger. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that hardship, that spiritual weight, that physical weight that I needed to make me stronger and make me who I am today. And
Mhm.
now I have full circle moments where all of my family members they come to me. They're like, "Hey, Diamond, I'm feeling a little sick. What's some herbs I can use? Hey, what about that? You be doing cleanses? What is it about this? What is GMO? What is it? I always, I'm always very humble and I'm always very thankful. At first I used to be like, I told y'all, you know what I mean? But then it got to this point where I'm like, nah, this is where I step in because I've been called to do this. You know what I mean? And I'm just super grateful and super thankful for that. So yeah, it'd
And,
be a full circle moment.
no, and that's good that you recognize these full circle moments because, like, unlike you, I mean, I received knowledge of self at 14, so I
Beautiful.
was in the 5% nation, and that's when I was introduced to how to eat to live. So I stopped
Mm,
eating a lot of stuff from young to the point that when you get this type of knowledge at a young age, people you could become kind of zealous. And I was at my mother's, I think, Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner, and just and still living under my mother's house, and I'm talking about 5% and God and all that. Who's the original man, Asian black? Because I was going to school, getting enlightened at Martin Luther King High School at that time, coming out of junior high, coming into Martin Luther King High School, and How to Eat to Live was I still got the books right here. I have the original hardcovers right here, right here. I still got that book.
beautiful.
And what's so funny is, pork was definitely a thing we had to stop. And that's, my family loved that little pork, or put a little piece of pork. And sometimes they would put pig pork and rice and peas. I'm like, why are you putting pork and rice and peas? You can make
Working
this without, you can make this without rice and peas, without pork.
every.
And I remember telling my mother, and my mother, she's a talker amongst her sisters and her family. Tell them, he said, and my aunt, who was very outlandish, said sometimes her birthday coming up August 17th, they say what they mean what they say, and understood. And she said, man, put that piece of pork on his plate. And Diamonds, I knew Diamond, I threw the plate on the table. I said, man, I'm not eating this. And I walked out. Everybody's like shocked because I never did nothing like that to my elders at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And these
Yes.
are majority was elder women. Like I know if it was my father's side, they would probably choke me out. My mother and them was cool. My father's side was gully Jamaica.
Yes.
My mother's side was nurses, midwives, doctors, and lawyers and all that. My father's side, I would have blood clot.
They wasn't having.
I'm happy I didn't do it on my father's side. Let me put it like that. Put it like that. And it was right here. I'm born in America, so I'm born here in I'm born in New York. So again, getting that type of knowledge at young ages, how would you try to guide young people that might start receiving this information from 12, 13, 14, because those are the rites of passage ages? What do you say to young people when you're guiding them in your own way? Talk to
me. Stay true to your authentic self. That's the key. That's the key, because especially at such a young age, you can be peer pressured into a lot of things, wanting to fit in, wanting to be accepted, wanting attention. Right. And that all stems from, like you said, the household, right? So if someone's not getting a certain thing at home, they may look for that on the outside.
Right.
And you just got to stay grounded and centered in yourself. And when you do come into this knowledge, be open, be humble, be grateful, be, how can I say, like, happy and enthusiastic about it.
Right.
Don't get like crazy with it. You know what I mean? It's so hard because it's a fine balance, especially like you said, when you have incidents like that with your family, they love us and they're like, what you mean you're not eating chicken on Thanksgiving? You know what I mean? What do you lost your mind? Like you're like, that's a sign of disrespect. Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's hard, but we have to stand on our square and be true to who we are, because that is our soul, that is our spirit. And sometimes we may feel like we're not honoring ourselves, and you don't want to lose yourself trying to please other people. So you want to stay true to who you are, speak your truth, speak your piece, defend yourself accordingly, you know what I mean? But try not to overstep certain boundaries. That's a very, very good question, King Simon, because it's such a fine line, especially when you're an adolescent, when you're young, you know what I mean? Like you said, still being under, the roof of your parents' home or wherever you're at, it's like, you don't abide by my rules, you can get the hell out. You know what I mean? So,
and you know why I said that? Because times are different than when I was growing up. Of course, I'm 58 years young and vintage, and I realized that I'm aging like fine wine. Right now, and I'm loving. Still got my teeth and my real teeth, and I'm not doing veneers and all kinds of craziness. But I just no disrespect. Big up to my man Doggy Diamonds. Matter of fact, I want to let everybody know I'll be on Doggy Diamonds TV tomorrow at 9:00. The legendary Doggy Diamonds. So big up to Doggy Diamonds. What's up, Doggy Diamonds? My brother just sent them a picture while we was here talking. So what I learned over the years, my sister, that our generation. Because I was born in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. Now, you might not even know these places because you're in Cali. I was raised in Clinton Hills, Fort Greene area. I went to PS11. Matter of fact, I went to schools where Big Notorious B.I.G. went to. I went to those schools. You know what I'm saying? I went to PS11. I'm just a little older. My sister's younger than me and younger than I, and she went to PS11 also. Then I went to then I was raised also went to school in LG, which is called Lafayette Garden. So during those times, I was picking up on the 5% knowledge. During those times, coming from that school to the next school, my first school that I ever cut school to get some type of knowledge or information, hanging out with friends, was at PS11. I cut school, and I want to write a book called "When the Late Bell Rang," because that was a time when that late bell rang. It went ooh, and that was it. You can't go into school after that; they get you all messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm saying that because the young people and generation of this time is different than we were, because they're going through cyberbullying and all that. And I remember a comedian saying, cyberbully. Back in the day,
Right.
we had to meet our bullies, hand to
Right.
fist, and then after that, hey, you know what? What's up? We good
Right.
the next day.
Right.
But I had fights in school. I had to fight off bullies or get away from gangs chasing us back in the day. To the point, I remember the young baby skulls try to initiate me and my friend
Wow.
in there. And the baby skulls was a gang back in the day, similar to the Bloods and Crips where you at, but
Yes.
they was back in the day. They was different, and they
Yes.
chased us down, and we had to find new areas to get away. And me and this guy named Trevor Douglas, me and Trevor had to get away because I was one of my oldest friends. And sis, cyberbullying, I remember comedians saying, cyberbullying, all you have to do is turn off the computer. Stop being bullied. What the hell?
Right.
Not in this
That is
day
a
and
fact.
time. In
Right.
this day and time. But that day we had to meet and face our bullies who wanted to
Yes.
take our sneakers. So
Yes.
you have two young children. You know,
Yes.
what is it that New Diamonds discuss with them in regards to healing consciousness, awakening them to understanding, or do you force it? Are you gentle with it? How do you do this? Are you meticulous? Are you rigid with it? How do you do that with your children?
Um, I feel like it depends. For the
Okay.
most part, I'm very open.
Right.
They're at their age where they're asking a lot of questions. My son is 7, my daughter is 5.
Okay.
So they're
Okay.
like, "Mommy, what is this?" And I'm having dreams about this. And
Mm.
today,
Yeah.
we was practicing intuition.
Oh,
So I
good.
would ask him a question, and I'm like, "Okay, what is your first mind saying?"
Right.
And we would, ask questions, and I'm like, "Okay, what did your first mind say? Was it right? Was it wrong?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Follow your gut, listen to your intuition." And they're very in tune with health, So I'll let them know. I'm like, "Okay, let's pick that up. Let's read the ingredients." Just, my son Josiah, I'm like, "Josiah, can you read the ingredients for me?" He like, soon as I tell him if he can't pronounce it, then it's no good. It's no bueno, right?
Mhm.
So that's like how I do it. I'll gently put it on them. If it's, it just depends on the situation. I do homeschool them, so
Mm.
I'm on them. I teach them. They know about themselves. They know they are, gods and goddesses. They know they are up from this land, and
Right.
it's not any confusion there. And I always tell them, just be aware of yourself. Speak your truth. Speak your peace. Don't be afraid, to talk to me. If you have any questions, I'm always here. But it's a fine tune because of the internet.
Right.
The internet is overexposing the children to things that they should not be exposed to.
Right.
So I have to sometimes over, you know, like not be overprotective, but just go over certain things with them so they know the truth instead
Mhm.
of being taught on it on the internet. As far
Right.
as like we were talking about earlier with the um, LBGT stuff, I
Plus.
have to, yeah, I have to, and I'm like, wow, this is wild because it was not like this growing up for
No.
me. Like we knew, but it wasn't in our face. It wasn't to where I had to be told at 7-year old, this is this and this is that. And it, that's okay for them, but we have our beliefs and you know what I mean? So it's been hard, but
No,
I
I
try to make it
understand.
as easy as possible. You know
I
what I mean?
understand.
I
I
guide it.
understand. I understand. Big up to my brother, comedian JP Justice, good friend of mine, and Spin City in the building. What up, Spin? What up? What up?
Peace.
What up?
Peace
What
to
up?
the
Doe? What up,
family.
Doe? All right. You know what I'm saying? And it is harder now because we know that they're pushing an agenda.
Yes.
And I'm glad my elders was Dr. Valentine. Dr. Africa wrote the foreword for Dr. Baruti's book, A Feminization of Black African Males. He wrote and he wrote it in his book. And I remember being attacked verbally while I was giving out flyers in New York from a gentleman dressed in African garb telling me, "Oh, I don't support Dr. Africa because he hate gays." I said, "Dr. Africa don't hate gays. He just says what he
Right.
mean and mean what he says, and that's
Right.
what it is." You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And he comes from a scientific perspective.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because he used to say, when people used to try to compare him to Dr. Sabi, he said, "Look, Dr. Sabi is an herbalist. I'm a scientist. I
Yes.
respect what he does, but I do what I do to make
Yes.
sure we can make the transition from the allopathic to the holistic, to the not just cut things off. You got to make them transitional. And that's why I study both of them to get. And I remember what KT said to me. He said, it's like Iron Man and Captain America. Captain
Yes.
Dr. Sabi and Dr. Africa is like
Doctor.
Iron Man and Captain. Great
Yes.
analogy because I'm a comic book buff,
Yes.
but and that was a great analogy. So I'm so happy that you are at least making them aware. They're not hating what a
No.
person is doing with their life, but they're
Yes.
aware that there is still natural law. And if you
Yes.
go against natural law, this is what's going to happen. When you
Yes.
when you blend with natural law, this is what happened. So
Yes.
and and there's a lot of talking points out there that they're debating. When I remember one time I had irritated Jeannie and Professor Griff together at this spot, and there was this lesbian sister, and I said she wants children. She says she wants children, but she's going to wait until science pull out the egg and do this. And I'm like, she's doing the
Mm.
whole matrix thing. This is what she said.
Yes.
I said, okay. I didn't want to get into no arguments because she was working at the venue and she
Yes.
was a good friend with the owner. And I didn't want to get into that contention because I know the owner and I know the owner got a big mouth. So I ain't
Yes.
got no time for that. I learned to avoid all that. So I'm glad that you are helping your children to understand the nuances that is not about hate, but understanding loving energy and
Yes.
whatever energy wants to do with it on this realm of learning. That's what they're doing in
Yes.
this realm of learning. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And you being an astrologer, of course, everybody look at her site here and everything that she has here. You being an astrologer, my dear, tell me,
Yes.
do you consult your children and other children or other people around you with their birth chart to let them know and make them be familiar with these great esoteric sciences?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have fun all the time. I always call, it's very interesting because my son is a Virgo, my daughter's a Capricorn. I'm
Woo!
a Gemini.
Okay.
So I always say they ground me. You know what I mean? I'm always in the air.
Yep, yep,
I'm
yep.
like you said, I'm in the Astros,
That's
right?
right. That's
And
right.
they'll come and say something and snap me right out of that, and I'm just back grounded, back centered.
Right.
So I always say, "Oh, my Virgo baby, oh, my Capricorn baby, y'all keep me grounded. Y'all keep me grounded." I'm so thankful for y'all because, it's about knowing that these things don't govern us. These are
Right.
just keys that we can help use to navigate through our lives.
Right.
And it's always just fun to look at and make it align with certain events,
Right.
So I always, keep them aware. I've done readings for my mom. I've done readings for a lot of my family members. And that's why I said it's so funny because it's always a full circle moment. And I'm
Mm,
just truly grateful and truly thankful that they're open and they understand that I'm different and that's okay. You know what I mean? I don't have to be a certain way. I don't have to fit in some type of box. And I love to instill that in my children and instill that in our family. Like we all different. We all came here to play our part and be our own little piece, right? I
right.
love saying that we are all a piece to the bigger picture to the puzzle.
Right.
So as long as we keep doing our thing and operating out of authenticity and integrity, then we come together as a unit and we can do anything. So I always try to keep like the whole astrological thing in play when it
Mm.
comes to my family and my children.
Hey,
So
that's a beautiful way to think and a beautiful way to carry yourself. Family, please like, subscribe, and share with those on a spiritual journey. New Diamonds is in the mother flipping building, family. Make sure y'all go to admin, and if you want to email her, admin at newdiamonds.net. Of course, we got her website up here. Of course, we got her Instagram up here. Of course, we got her YouTube up here. Of course, we got her dollar. New Diamonds 101. That's Cash App, baby. Put some cash
thank
on it.
you.
Come on, spread them dollars
Thank
like
you.
this. We in the metaphysical club, baby.
Yes.
We doing,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? That's what we doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And of course, support my channel. Of course, you got super chat,
Yes.
you got super sticker, you got Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, all of that. We doing it, streaming on the bottom. New Diamond, as a oracle, and I hope you got to study the history of the oracles of the past because on
Yes.
your flyer here you got oracle readings and counseling and all that and all the good stuff and rapping. As an oracle, And
Yes.
yes, women are the oracles of the realm, especially our melanated, deeply melanated women. Even the white women of their tribes, they're oracles too. They Wicca, they practice Wicca.
Yes.
They do what they do, which means
Yes.
wise woman or wise, they call witches, wise woman. That's what it means. So
Yes.
being an oracle or knowing the history of oracles, what were some of the things that you learned that really intrigued you and made you want to do it and present it on your channel, as well as wanting to do oracle sessions and consultations with people? What really intrigued you to go that way? Study.
Um, just I guess the bloodline of it all,
Mm, mm,
I really kind of always, it's that innate feeling. I always had these certain thoughts, always had these certain dreams, I always had
mm,
these certain visions, these certain premonitions as a child, but I was always told, be quiet. Okay, that's you asking too many questions,
right.
or that doesn't make any sense. So it kind of cut off. But as I got older and I would listen to, my mother and my grandmother, people of the family,
Right.
hearing, oh, Big Mama just had a dream about two fish, who's pregnant in the family,
Yep.
or, you know what I mean? So certain premonitional dreams. And I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds, you know what I mean? That sounds a little prophetic, that
Uh,
sounds like a prophet, that sounds like an oracle.
right.
So I always knew that it was in the bloodline, but I just didn't know exactly what it was until I started to deep dive into the occult, into the oracle, into the Sibyls, into the Black Madonna, into the, you know what I mean? I started really deep diving, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is ours. You know what I mean? The Mami Watas, the primordial
Yeah.
water, the Big Mama. This
Yes.
is universal energy, and we
Yes.
all, like you said, the men, the women, any color, any race, it doesn't matter. We all have that ability to tap into it. It's just about tapping into it. It's about remembering that you have this gift, and how you go about that, whether it's like you said, through voodoo, through Christianity, through African spirituality, through Santeria, through whatever, you know what I mean? The shaman of the tribe, the healer of the tribe. We all have these certain gifts. It's just about recognizing that and tapping into it, because it's very ancient. It's in our blood. It's in our DNA. So
So
I love it.
what was the most, this sounds like a rich question, a brother rich question. What was the most weirdest, unusual thing that you experienced while doing your oracle work?
Who? Um, the most weirdest thing. Wow, I've so many things are popping up. I would say maybe one of the most recent ones. I was doing some live channel readings,
Right.
and I would say like a dragon came through. So I'm
Mm,
like a seer. You know what I mean? So
right.
I can see certain things with my eyes open or closed, and I was closing my eyes and I could see a dragon come through, and I seen it like do like fire breath,
Mm,
and then I seen like this aura come around and it expanded, and then I was doing a reading for a woman, so I seen her like bust through. Then I
wow.
seen like her spirit guides on the side of her, and they were like pulling her up, like
Mm,
pulling her up to another realm, and I'm like, okay, first off, how the hell I'm going to explain this to her that what I'm seeing? And the spirit was like, just say exactly what you see and it'll come.
mm,
So after I explained it to her, I'm like, okay, I feel like you're being initiated into a higher realm of spiritual consciousness. She was like, this is everything that I've been meditating and seeing.
mm,
So I'm so thankful because I came for answers. And I feel like I've been being pulled and I've been shedding all of these things, and I didn't know what was going on. So thank you so much for the clarity. So I see, I'll probably say maybe the dragons,
right.
right? The dragons, when the dragons come through, and then beings, right? Some people might call them aliens. I like to call them ancient ancestors
Right.
because
Right.
that's what they are to me. So those are probably some of the most wildest things, but I love it because like you said, we're into the metaphysics, right? And if we're a whole galaxy, a whole universe, whether you believe in flat earth or round earth, is different layers and different levels to everything. So I'm always open and optimistic about when it comes to what I'm receiving when I'm in the channel.
You know, regardless if it's flat or round, it ain't gonna make no difference to me.
That part. That part.
It could be a decahedron, a decahedron. You know, look,
Right.
it could be a damn cube. It
Right.
ain't making no difference to me. But
Right.
I understand why, you know, people do that. You know, again, you know, Dr. Lila Africa used to say, you know, our people run on emotionalism and sometimes romanticize. You know,
Yes.
we romanticize Africa, we romanticize indigenous culture, we romanticize so much as if there was no negativity going on, as if there was no balance. You know, everything was utopia and oh, it was
Yes. Right.
oh, really.
Right.
The angels opened up the clouds and we was there
Right.
dancing and we seen all the boogie down angels and they was doing their thing. All 200 of them was doing it. It's like, wait a minute, wait. Calm down, people, because a lot of the stuff that's being put out there is theories.
Yes.
And it's not even proven yet. A lot of the
No.
stuff people are doing psychologically are theories. All Sigmund Freud and all these guys, that was theories.
Yes.
You know, and how do you, big up to Monique from Nicholas, we need to get you at Nicholas, Brooklyn. You never been to New York yet,
I
Dr.
know.
That's a
Don't
damn
don't
shame.
don't blast me,
Oh
King
no!
Siren.
When you told me that, I said, "Come on to see Dr. B." Oh
I
no, I
know.
never been to New York.
I
What?
know. I gotta travel more.
Girl, you will eat New York alive. I can tell you like that right now because
Yes.
you're born on one of the New York frequencies. So that's I know
Love
you'll
it.
eat that place up alive, especially in this number one cycle year you're in. This is the year that you need to go to New York and tear it up. But
Yes.
you know, when it comes to science and metaphysics science, there has been a separation over the years. And I remember reading a book by Paracelsus. Matter of fact, I quote that man in back of my book, a European scientist who wrote in his book years ago, and I'm gonna quote it right now because I have it in the back of my book here. I always quote this man because he was one of those European guys that said men and women are superior to the stars if he or she lives in the power of superior wisdom. Such a person, being master over heaven and earth by means of his or her will, is magus or magi. And
Yes.
magic is not sorcery, but supreme wisdom. His
Yes.
name is Paracelsus, and he was born 1493 and transitioned in September 1541. He was a physician and an alchemist who wrote the book From Magic to Science.
Beautiful.
It's an old book. I had the old book. I lost it in the storage, but it was an old hardcover book that I bought off the street for $5 back in the day.
Beautiful.
What do you think about the sciences of now compared to what we do in metaphysics? Because you know those guys in the science world would be quick to call us pseudo. When
Yes.
I know the word pseudo is European for meaning false, but
Yes.
usually Europeans of that time, if they didn't understand a thing, they would call it false. Like if you didn't understand African sciences or African metaphysical mystical sciences, you would call it false. But yet it did happen, it did manifest, it does happen, things do
Yes.
happen.
Yes.
It's like calling a dream pseudo when people do dream. It don't make sense.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what do you say about that? The and what needs to happen? Because I know what Nikola Tesla said that when we do mesh the two together, I'm just paraphrasing. That's when we'll understand the universe and understand all of its glory even more. I'm
Yes.
paraphrasing. That's not the exact quote, but it's right down that line. What do you think about the sciences finally coming back together eventually?
I love that idea. I feel like it's always polarity in this realm. Like how you said, we have the science, the metaphysics,
Mm-hmm.
the light workers, the shadow workers,
Right.
the Christian, the Muslims. You know, but once we put away all of those differences and come together, that's where the magic happens, right? That's when we're able to, okay, well, this is Muhammad. Okay, this is Yahshua, Jesus. They both were prophets. They both were healers. They both were, you know what I mean? Instead of like, oh, well, this is right and this is wrong and this is
Right.
fighting. No, my God, no, your God. It's like let's all come together and work together, because it's a bigger picture here at play. And once we can kind of get on the same page, then we can turn the page and write our own story and really be the authors, and lead this generation in the right place. That way, it's not so it has to be scientific, and if it doesn't accumulate to this formula, then it's wrong, or it has to always be metaphysics and science is wrong. It's like, no, we can combine both of those and come up with something beautiful. Come up with, like you said, alchemy, doing
Yeah.
alchemy, where we can do the experiments with the metaphysic. Okay, you're an oracle, you're a healer, you're a dancer. All of y'all do your thing, and I'm gonna do a study on it, and we're gonna see what happens, and we come up with this formula. You know what I mean? You plant this, you go out in the garden, you know what I mean? We all come together instead of just wanting to separate everything. So I think it's beautiful that things are finally merging, as we all have our differences. We all look at things from a different perspective. But I feel like it is about time where we kind of put those differences aside. We can still have our opinions. We're all entitled to it. But when we operate from our hearts and come together for the collective, for a bigger picture, that's when we are powerful. So
Mm. That's right. That's right. Monique said, "Yeah, bring her to New York City." Monique from Nicholas, Brooklyn, where Dr. B was at. Yeah, yeah. Let's bring it.
yes,
Yeah. So
yes.
Monique, that's a good thing.
I would love to come. I
I
would
think,
love to come.
I think in October. I don't know if she's available, but I'm going to be bringing Dr. Bedell. So if she could open up for Bedell, that would be
Amazing.
powerful.
Amazing.
They
Well,
first time, both of their first time, both of their
oh,
first time.
yeah,
I'll let you
that would
know
be
because he's
great.
released. He's
Look,
releasing.
I'm about to say, look, you don't have to let me know,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Because that
he's
sounds lit.
releasing a new book, so he's releasing his new book.
Yes,
So I want to make sure. And family, if y'all got any problem, go get the autobiography of Nikola Tesla. This man
beautiful.
talks about going into the dream world or just leaving what his invention and just envisioning stuff. And this is where they copying all the stuff, Tesla, all of that stuff they copying just from this man. Go get his autobiography. It's a thin book. You ain't got to worry about it. Stop playing games. Stop playing games. It's not that much. But
Right.
I got his biography too, which is a thicker book. That's a thick ass book. But this one here, this one here, this one he
A
is his
quick read. It's a quick read.
this one is a good quick read right here.
Yes.
Approximately 62 pages, and the man born July the 10th. So big up to him,
Wow.
the Maverick,
Beautiful.
the Maverick. So yes, okay. So he said, okay. She said, sound like a plan. Yes, slap.
Yes.
Sound like a plan.
Yes.
Slap. We gonna slap it. Sound
Yep.
like a plan.
We're gonna put it in the calendar. We're gonna mark the date.
That's the acronym for sound like a plan. Slap.
Yes, I love it.
Big up to my man Dion Cole for that. And big up to JP in the building. JP still in the building. You already know I'm on it. Okay, yeah, JP. You know how we do it. We got to bring her in, man. And big
I'll
up to
be
JP.
honored.
Yeah, we got to bring you and Bedell, a Libra and a Gemini with an Aquarius hosting it. That would be crazy. So we're gonna have to make it happen. We're gonna have to make
Yes.
it. We're gonna have to make it happen. We're gonna have to discuss the details.
Yes.
All right. So, getting back, family, please. Somebody just said, yeah, just followed her. And okay, good. They followed you on IG. That's good. Gratitude. Her all of her links is pinned to the top of the chat. Big up to everybody on Facebook. Big up on everybody on IG that's tuning in. Right here on YouTube that's tuning in. And family, again, here is her stuff. We're not gonna keep her for so long. I just want to let y'all know. But this is all of her stuff. Her admin at nudiamonds.net. That is her website. That is her website email. That is her website right after that. Then her Instagram is over there. And her YouTube channel. She drops some great, consistent content. She's doing it like almost every day. And she's sounding good, looking good. Sometimes she's outside. Sometimes she's inside. Sometimes she's just everywhere.
Yes.
Doing her thing. So
my true nature everywhere. I'm
everywhere.
With the wind. So.
That ear side is moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I love what she's doing. One of the other things you do, Reiki healing, which is also good, and energy work. So energy work, a lot of people again might think it's pseudo, but everything is energy. How you can think, I mean, people could rub their feet on the damn carpet and shock somebody. I used to do this. I can still do it. I got carpet under my feet right now. So, and energy work. What is it what made you get into going into the Reiki and not just regular massage? going into.
Um,
I went to I was a massage therapist. Went to school, got my certification, license, all that stuff, and dropped it after I got onto radio about 2003, 2004. So, what made you stay into the energy work instead of going into direct massage? Because I know you have good hands. I can tell you got good
yes,
hands. So I don't know why you
yes.
playing.
Honestly, it was the people. It was
Okay.
the people. They were like, you have really good energy.
Yes.
I've gotten readings before. They're like, you will be good at Reiki healing. Your
Mm,
aura is lit. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know what? Let me just try it. I tried it, and people was seeing a lot of great results. So I was kind of surprising myself because in the beginning of all of this, I didn't believe in it. I what you call, I thought this was all pseudo. I'm like, what you mean about crystals? What you mean about, you know what I mean? I wasn't a believer until I had those experiences myself. And then I was like, wow, no, there is power in healing the mind. There is power in healing the body. There is power in these crystals. There is power in the books when you read them and you apply the knowledge. You know what I mean? There is power in our hands because energy is everywhere. It's like when you walk in a room and somebody just was arguing, but it's quiet. You could feel the energy, right? We've all been in certain places with like something about to pop off and
yep.
stuff
Oh
pop
yeah.
off.
I
So you
definitely
could
did.
feel it. You could feel it. You know what I mean? So I would say it was more so of people telling me that I had really good energy. And I just kind of started to practice, and I would see a lot of good results. So yeah, it just kind of happened, you know.
So going on another route, going back, keeping on the same topic. What is it that younger people, because we're talking about healing for all ages, right? What is it that younger people can learn from elderly people or older people that will help them handle different things in life when it comes to spirituality and healing and growing and all that? What can they learn from older people? And vice versa. Let's say vice versa also, please, because it's a new day and time.
I think, for my opinion, listening, just listening to the elders, like how we all say, sit at the feet of the elders
Right.
and just absorb that knowledge and absorb that wisdom. Because sometimes I feel like as young adolescents, especially in this generation, we may feel like we know everything, right? I can tap it on my phone, I can have the answer right here and there, but it's nothing like the wisdom of the elders. You know what I mean? They've been here, they've done it, and it's not a sense of being in my ego, like, oh, I want to tell you what to do. It's like, no, I've actually lived through these experiences. I lived through generations of this, and it'll be very helpful for you. You know what I mean? And I feel like vice versa, as elders, some of them, they take pride in, oh, you can't tell me, you too young to know about that. You know what I mean? But some of us have these old souls. We come with wisdom as well. So I feel like it's this beautiful just communication between the generations when we listen to the elders and they instill in us, they pour in us, and the elders listen to what we have to say, and they kind of convert to this new technology, right? Because a lot of elder people, I don't know how to work none of this technology, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the kids come here, they touching on the TV, they touching on the screen, they touching on, so they come here equipped. So when we have this beautiful just connection where we're all listening and being open and communicating, without any malice, without any judgment, without any ego, you know what I mean, and just come open and out of love, then I feel like we can grow and operate better for the future, for the generation, for the children, for the elders. And I just feel like it's more beautiful that way than having it being separate, you know what I mean? And that's when it causes rifts in the generation. That's when, they don't get along, and all them youngsters is crazy, or oh, them OGs, they don't get it. You know what I mean? So when we come in, we combine, and we have these tribal circles, and right now I'm seeing a dinner table. So I feel like people don't come together and eat at the table anymore. You know what I mean? People don't come, and I'm seeing like a teepee right now. So even back in the tribal days, the indigenous Indians, they would have the teepee, they would have the bonfire. So they would sit around and gather and have these, okay, story time. You know what I mean? Let's have story time. Let's sit and break bread and congregate and speak and love and just communicate with one another. So I feel like that is the big thing, just listening and communicating and being open and not being so standoffish or judgmental.
Thanks to Pray Seven. He said, I've been attracting everything from numbers, animals, and lightning bolts on clear days. I'm understanding energy more each day. I
Yes.
resonate with what New Diamonds is saying. Thank you, 100.
Gratitude.
Thank you, thank you. Anybody wants to ask a question or call in or come on the link and talk to New Diamonds before we get off. We got approximately 8 more minutes before we might even go if you depending on questions. The number here to call in is 718-210-8853. That's 718-210-8853. I'll say it again for you. I don't want to sound redundant, but I 718-210-8853, or you can click on the link right there in the chat and come on in right here
Yes.
on YouTube, and I will bring you up if I see you in the back, and you can ask a question of New Diamond and myself if you want. But
Yes.
remember, let's focus on our beautiful sister New Diamonds. Because there's a
Gratitude.
lot, and I do want to show her website because she got a beautiful website doing the darn thing on
Gratitude.
high levels. Hold on, I
Thank
know I got it right here. I know I had it backstage. Oh, I didn't put it backstage yet, but I will put it out there now. Stop playing. All right,
you.
all right, all right, all right. We're gonna learn today. We're gonna
Yes.
learn today. There it is. We're gonna learn today. There
Thank
it is.
you.
My sister's website right there. It's looking good. It's looking fine. It's about exploring. Let's see what New
Yes.
Diamond's got up here. Okay, look at this. That's your hand right there. That's your hand.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
you got beautiful hands, girl. Stop playing.
Thank you.
All right, so
Thank
rose
you.
quartz choker, rose quartz necklace, tips for donate. Oh, tips for donation. I got you.
Yes.
Mini chakra charm bracelets, universal headsets, golden choker. Tell us about the jewelry that you make now. What prompts you to want to do the healing jewelry, my beautiful sister? Go ahead, talk to
I was reading Queen of Fool's book,
us.
and
Hey,
that's what helped me start my business
okay.
was being on that healing journey.
Uh huh.
And it got to the section where she was talking about crystal healing, and I'm like, what?
Uh huh.
What is a crystal healing? I never knew anything about it. I have a Christian background, so I thought everything was demonic, and I had to really open up to this new way of thinking. And I was like, you know what? Crystals, let me just try it. You know what I mean? And I went to a crystal store, and as soon as I walked in, I felt just energy that I still can't really explain. But I felt, in so many words, I felt all of my chakras aligned, and I just felt light. I felt vibrant. I felt energized, and I was like, okay, I like this feeling. I like this energy, and I connected with a few crystals. And I was like, okay, I like this energy that I'm getting. I like the clarity that I'm getting. I like the insight that I'm getting. I even, like I said, I didn't believe in the crystals, so I would run tests. I'm like, okay, they say amethyst is good for the crown. They say it's good for your dreams. I haven't been able to remember any dreams. I'm gonna put it under my pillow, and we're gonna see what happened. And I woke up the next day. I could remember my dream. It was super vivid. So after that, I was a believer in the crystals due to that experience. And I was like, you know what? I want to wear the crystals. So I started wire wrapping the jewelry,
Mm-hmm.
and I would wear it, and I would get a lot of compliments on it, family, friends, and where did you get that? And you didn't make that. I'm like, yes, I did. Like, and I was like, okay, bet, let me get one. And I was like, wait a minute, this is turning into something even more than what I thought it was going to be. And I just kind of started my business like that. It just kind of happened and unfolded that way. And
Wow,
yeah,
we
so
got some beautiful stuff. We got the earring, the necklace, the earrings. I
thank
mean, you
you.
got a lot of beautiful stuff. And family,
Thank
please go
you.
to her website. It's let
Yes.
me put it right here in the front again. Please support our sister. We only got a few more minutes. If you ain't
Thank
calling in
you.
or you ain't logged, wait a minute, somebody, no, nobody's in the back. Oh, it's all right. People just want to watch you because you're a sight for sore eyes, so that's good. People going to admire you. That's
Exciting.
praise the Lord and pass the chicken, the vegan chicken. Uh,
Thank you.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
also have like healing sessions. So
Oh yes.
people can book like personal sessions where we kind of just deep dive into their psyche, or personal meditation, or
Okay.
personal Reiki. I also have a Mastering the Shadows class on
Right.
my
Right.
website. So if you really want to deep dive into mastering your shadow self, I'm going to have that available. I have a lot of different things like customs. So if you guys want certain crystals that you have at home, some of your favorite crystals you would love to wear, or have any ideas, I do that as well. So I'm
Right.
very open to it all.
Good, good. So proud of you, sister. Keep up with
Thank
your
you.
journey.
Thank
Again,
you.
family, support our sister, whatever she's doing. She got not only homepage is beautiful, jewelry, crystal classes and workshop, oracle energy readings and astrology readings, consultation candles, creative vegan. What is that?
Oh, creative vegan.
Creative
So
vegan.
remember when I told you I had first started off with my healing journey and eating really clean and eating really healthy?
Right. Oh
Um,
yes. Look at
this
this.
was this was a start of that.
Oh
So
man.
this is what started my whole journey was the eating clean. And I worked at a local shop here in Richmond, California, Naturally Herb. Shout out to them.
Yes.
And
Big
it's
up to
all
them.
about alkalinity. They're all about the alkaline diet. And like I said, it really helped me a lot. So I wanted to help other people. I created a recipe book with over 100
Right.
recipes in it just to help and inspire people on their journey. And this was before it was trendy. Okay. So it was just something to help inspire and motivate people to eat clean and be mindful of what they're consuming, be mindful of what they're eating, and
Right.
raise your vibration.
Powerful, powerful. And
Yeah.
that's a whole ebook right there. It's a recipe ebook.
Yes.
So make sure y'all go and get
Yes.
it. Diamond Dixon. So your mama named you Diamond. Why did she name you
Yes.
Diamond? Or your mommy and daddy name you
Oh,
Diamond? Why did
oh
they?
my goodness. She said, because
I knew
she
that.
told me my name was going to either be Ashley Brianna, and she was
Wait,
in labor.
hold on. Say that again. Ashley and Brianna.
She said that my name was going to either be Ashley or Brianna.
No, check this out. This is ironic because my first daughter is Ashley. My second daughter is Brianna. Ain't that
Wow.
crazy? Isn't that
Wow.
crazy? Ashley and Brianna. That was the two
Wow.
names your
Wow.
mother
And
was
what
gonna
made you
choose.
ask that?
That's deep. I don't know what made me ask Diamond. What who named it? But go ahead with your mama's story.
I love
Please tell
it.
your
I
mama
love it.
business. Tell your mama
Um,
business. Go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. So, my mom, she was in labor with me for 3 days, and she
Mm-hmm.
was just stuck in labor. I really, me personally, I think that the doctors in the office just wanted to, you know,
Yeah, right,
torture.
right,
We just gonna have you stuck. They could have induced her. They didn't. They didn't do us. You know what I mean? It's a whole bunch of things they could have. Anyways, my mom was in labor with me for 3 days, and she
wow.
said it was the most painful thing just to have contractions for
Mm,
3 days straight. So, she said on the third day that she was like, all this pressure, all this pain,
mm,
this is a diamond. This is a diamond.
mm.
This must be a diamond because I just been taking it. I just been enduring all of this pain. And she said once I was born, she forgot about all the pain and she was like, wow,
Wow,
this is truly a diamond. So,
wow,
um,
wow.
yeah, it's,
Congratulations.
it's it's a lot more to the story. I don't want to
I
get
know.
into the details, but
I know. It gets there because
yes,
a diamond is a whole lot of people don't realize that diamonds look differently before they turn into diamonds. That
yes,
charcoal is different. You know what
yes,
I'm saying? If you've ever seen, it's like me when you look at a diamond, you never know that coal is a diamond because it looks what it looks black
yes.
and
Diamond in the rough,
diamond in the rough. So
right?
man, well, I'm glad I got that story out of you. So. All right, my sister, I want to thank you very much. It's now 10 o'clock on my side, so it should be 7 o'clock on your side.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your journey. Of course, let's give that a well-deserved round of applause.
Thank you. Thank
Round of
you.
applause. We're doing a round of applause. Round of applause. There you go. There you go. There we go. I'm appreciative. Thank you very much. Met you and so many beautiful people on Stone Mountain. That was a beautiful thing. We connected. We made relationships. Some good, some bad, some intimate. Some you had people that was haters on there that turned friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that was a good thing. Some people you met only online and found out that they was a whole asshole or they was good people. Is
Yes.
what it is. You know what I'm saying? It
Yes.
really, that's what it is. And I'm so happy that you proved yourself to be exquisite young lady doing the things that you came to do. And I'm so happy that those two great children came through you. And I
Thank you.
know they got great lessons to get from you, my sister.
Yes.
And of course the father doing his work too, because I know you co-parent and do your thing.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being a part of the journey on King Simon Presents Only Quality People. That is why I call it that. Any last words you want to share with the audience before we get on out of here, sister?
Yeah. just make sure you guys are operating from your hearts, your integrity. Be aware of everything. Stay vigilant, right? And make sure that you're filling up your own cup. Make sure that you are nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself and loving yourself and giving yourself grace. As this is a time that we incarnated for. We incarnated for these times. So we're all breaking through past cycles to be our best self. So continue to do just that.
Thank you so much again. Thank you very much, New Diamonds. Be safe, be great, and I will talk to you next time. All right.
Yes.
And
Thank you
let's
so
look
much.
at let's do this Nicholas Brooklyn thing. You and B Dale, that
I'm
would be a
down.
powerful way.
I'm down and I'm up. I'm up for it.
You up
Okay.
for it? All right.
Yes.
All right. Love and respect. All right, sis.
Peace. Thank you so
Peace,
much.
peace, peace. That's our girl, New Diamonds, man. We want to thank her for coming up. Make sure you go to her website, go to all her links right here. Of course, it's all about support, support, support. Spread love. Spread your love to her Cash App right now and spread that good old love to it. And of course, make sure you show me some love on Super Chat, Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, and Venmo. If you love what I'm doing, whether you're watching it now or watching it later, get some now, save some for later. Get some now, save some for later. Now and later. Go get it. Go get it. You know, I used to love now later. Now I can't. I don't want to mess up my teeth. So I don't do that no more. I think I got my first cavities off of now and later at Jolly Ranchers. So it is what it is. So family, it's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful presentation that our dear New Diamonds. Make sure you support her. This is her website and everything on the flyer. Make sure y'all support our sister. She's doing great work. Also, support other ones of our sponsors. Of course, we got 340worldwide.com where they provide services to help you grow your business. Call that number right now, 910-745-0470. And you tell Miss Williams, I sent your ass, okay? I sent you. Don't forget, tomorrow on IG, I'll be interviewing one of my teachers in 52 blocks, the one, the only Master Mo, Mahalia Bathia, will be on with me on August the 14th at 2:30 p.m. on IG Live. And tomorrow I will be doing Doggy Diamond Show at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. tomorrow. Oh, Lord, he going to ask me. He said the topic is going to be why they always blaming me. And I said, yeah, let's do that. That's what promoters do. Promoters get blamed on everything because we're good promoters. Also, big up to another one of my sponsors, the one, the only Chef Peace. Go ahead and explore her stuff, man. Go and explore her beautiful stuff that she's doing out there, man, all the time. And she's from Jacksonville, Florida, doing some great work out there in Jacksonville, Florida. Offgridnaturefoodstore.com. She's going to send me some samples, and I'm going to eat it right here in front of your asses. She's going to send me some good old food samples, and I'm going to eat it right here in front of y'all and tease y'all with this food. And do remember, I have the one, the only Paula Herlock coming in live and direct on Saturday, August the 16th. I'm sorry. That's Saturday, August the 16th, I believe. And make sure Saturday, August the 16th. And then I believe I got Lloyd Strayhorn that evening also. I got Lloyd Strayhorn that evening or Sunday evening after the Dr. B series on the 17th. So remember, Dr. B series is going to be in Atlanta on the 17th doing his thing all day. And I'll be there with a whole host of celebrities and people. I got me guests and you got your guests. Let's bring our guests out. All right. And do remember, please support Nicole Vanessa Spencer and all that she does. Hit her up at Linktree. Hit her up at the number there, 240-416-7711. And she got some great jewelry, great artwork, a great book out there. Make sure you support her and all that she's doing. And remember, we're going to be over there at an all-day free event with Tassili Rome on September the 5th all the way through the 7th. I am one of the speakers, so I'm going to tear it up and break down the word Afrofuturism in a mathematical, numerical perspective. You know how we do. Again, support the channel. Spread love. If you want to book a session, text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And remember, on the 26th, on Tuesday, today's consciousness on a Tuesday, the 26th, Mansho and Nwasha, they're going to be speaking about relationship in the conscious community also. Get all my books on Amazon. Get all my books on Amazon. Support Brother Lloyd Strayhorn. Support my brother Lloyd Strayhorn in the building. All right? So, family, remember, family, what Dr. B would say. Let me turn down the music. Remember what Dr. B would say. And I don't even need it no more. I know it by heart. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. And remember what Dr. Blair says. Please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open our minds, our soul, and our spirit to only receive truth and your love now. So big up to Dr. Blair that gave us those beautiful mantras, those beautiful prayers. Big up to you, my audience, for supporting and showing love. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and share. That is free. And if you just watch it if you just watch a commercial for like 15 seconds, you also helping to contribute to the channel. All right. I mean, the YouTube commercials. All right. Remember tomorrow, Master of Martial Arts, my brother. He was also part of V-Jitsu also. This man is doing 52 blocks. I was learning 52 blocks since I was a child. So I know 52 blocks works because I had to use it when we were younger. So it is what it is. So family, have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be safe, be great. And remember, I love you because guess what? I love me too. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, y'all take care. And I'll talk to y'all next time. Peace. Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You could also get my books on Amazon at Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347